Hello and welcome to another video by Johnny IELTS. So in this video, I and my students, three students from this class of mine, is going to do their speaking practice. So Miss Young, Miss Sarah, and Miss Trúc, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Nobody else is ready? Is anybody else ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, let's talk about dreams and ambitions. 57, dream and ambitions. So, Miss Trúc, what was your childhood dreams? Can you share with us?
To be honest, when I was a little girl, I usually I was usually
Shy?
uh, I used to dream to be a singer.
Oh, I used to dream of being a singer.
Yes,
I
it's
dream to be a
because
singer.
at that time I love singing and I love performs mean in front of everyone. I don't know how at that time I was so confident,
Mm.
but now I'm not like that at all. I think it's just a lovely dream when I was young, and everyone used uh, seems to be like that. I
Yes,
think
everyone
so.
seems to be like that. All right. So, Miss Young, please, what was your childhood dreams? Can you
Yeah.
share with us?
When I was a child, I was dreaming to own a bookshop when
Oh,
I
to own a bookshop.
yeah. Because when I was a little girl, I liked shopping a lot.
Everyone likes shopping.
Yeah. Especially where I like to buy the uh, the accessory for my
Sorry.
elementary school, like the
For
notebooks
my
in
elementary school.
in
Elementary school.
elementary school, and I like to collect. Uh, I like to collect a lot of kinds of books and color pens. So I
Oh, color pens. You mean
yeah.
these are called stationery,
Stationery, yeah, yeah,
Stationaries,
correct.
basically mấy cái đồ mà văn phòng phẩm stationery.
Yeah.
Wait a moment. Stationery as a noun. I'm looking for that. They don't have it. Weird, right?
Mm.
Interesting. What is stationery as a noun? Let's say nary. Stationary. I think.
Ah, nearly.
Stationary. I think.
Stationary. Stationary.
It sounds the same, but it's a e here.
Stationary. Stationary.
Đồ văn phòng phẩm.
Yeah, I love to collect all the stationaries. So it a little bit silly, but I think I thought that when I own a bookstore, I can I can have a lot of stationery for myself.
Exactly. Like especially these pens, for example, like these what's it called? Stabilo, right? Stabilo pens. I remember oh my God, these things are really expensive when I was younger,
Uh,
but these things I have like a whole box. Do you like these things too?
uh, Stabilo pens, I'm not sure.
These are German.
I didn't know that when I
What
didn't
are
even
these?
know about that. I just would like some crayons or some
Crayola?
crayon.
Crayola, you mean crayons? These things?
Yeah, Crayola. Yeah.
Crayola. These crayons actually smell very good. I like the smell of it.
Mm.
Yeah, and
All
I always, yeah, I remember my friend had like 48 of them, like 90 and 96. Yeah. It was really good.
Yeah.
Okay, so Miss Sarah, how about you? What was your childhood dream?
Uh, I were a child. I aspire to spend my
When I was
time
a child.
a child.
Cái ngắn L là child.
Child. As a child, I aspire to spend my time for reading book, and so I hire my parents to read book in the bedroom in the bathroom or bedroom after bedtime, and so that uh, I I feel exciting when I read about different in a book
Characters.
character in a book, and always want to know how everything going. So that's also the main reason um, the main reason to the main reason for me to wish to be a librarian
Librarian, you mean?
librarian uh, when I were in primary school. Yeah, so
Okay.
I can spend a lot of time with the book, and no one will annoy me.
Nobody will annoy you, yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
so Miss Jung, are you the kind of person who stick to dreams? It means that you will try to make that dream a reality.
Okay. My dream trans a lot of time since I was a child. I think because things change and I change, but
Everything changed. Yeah, nobody's the same.
everything. Yeah, and now I don't want to own a bookstore anymore. I
But
and
why? What's the problem?
um
Why? Why didn't you want to own a bookstore anymore?
because when I go to school and I learn a lot of things, and I learn a lot of new things, and my dream change. I wanted to stick to another dream, and like when I graduate from the university, I wanted to be a lecturer, but
Lecturer.
lecturer as my professors. But after 2 years, I wanted to be a software engineer, and I have been a software engineer for 10 years.
Do you like your job now?
I love my job now. Yes, I love a lot. Yeah.
I say, so Miss Trúc, I know that right now you're working in an office now, and you're looking to kind of change your job somehow, maybe change your workplace, something like that. So let's talk about that. So what is your dream job, Miss Trúc?
Actually, I have many dreams, but as I grow older, I realize more and more that dreams must go hand in hand with efforts and real life circumstances.
Circumstances.
Yes, circumstances.
Circumstance. Careful. Hoàn cảnh. Circumstances.
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 Therefore, it seems my dream has become simpler to have a job that I can try my best, and I can give all my efforts without any hesitation. Because sometimes in workplace,
in the workplace, yes.
Sometimes in the workplace,
in the workplace,
you don't have many chances to show yourself. And sometimes it's difficult to connect to others with your ideas, what you think.
Yeah, it's really difficult sometimes. So work environment and colleagues seem sometimes a problem to them.
Sometimes workplace is not comfortable and easy to breathe at all.
I don't think it's ever comfortable.
Yes.
And your colleagues are not your friends. You have to understand that. Simple fact.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Yes, it's thing I know for a long time ago.
Obviously, it's a fact, you know. Anyway, so Miss Jung, are you the kind of person who sorry, I asked you this question again. So, Miss Sarah, are you the kind of person who sticks to dreams?
Yes, I will normally stick with my dream if I feel it's still suitable with me. But I also flexible enough to change it if I see there's something not suitable anymore. For example, when I study in university, I follow with the banking sector. But when I start working as a bank, it's exactly my major. But I realize
I realized that.
the real work is different with what I expected. So I decided that I will make some change and um, just based on my background, I just update and change my position a little to make it more suitable with my ability and my expectation.
Expectations, yeah. All right. So, so Miss Jung, do you think you are an ambitious person?
Ambitious person.
Ambitious means like you always aim for something like higher. Một người rất là tham vọng. Ambitious.
Okay. Yeah.
You think you are an ambitious person?
Yes, I am. I think I am an ambitious person.
Me too.
In both work and everything. In everything,
Oh,
when
see.
when I do something, I always want to be good at it. For example, when working at work, there are some people they they consider work is just a part of their life. But for me, when it means that they want to balance the work and the life. But for me, when I work, I want to be very good, and I want to see myself grow up every day.
See.
And I always want to seek for the knowledge, to learn for the knowledge and skill for me to
You mean you always study for the knowledge and the skill, not because you have to take exam, right?
no, yeah, you are correct. I learn
see.
skill and knowledge not just for the certificate or exam. Just I want to see I am better than yesterday, and not even work. But also in playing sport. I always want to be better every day. And one for example, I want when I play in sport with with friends, if I see that I'm not good, I always I take
Always try to
a course.
improve it. You mean you always try to improve yourself?
Yeah, I take the course for the coach to learn to improve my skills and to play with my friends.
I see.
Yeah.
So, Miss Sarah, do you think you're an ambitious person? You think you are an sorry, do you think you are an ambitious person?
I think it depends on other perspective to define what is
Perspective, you mean
ambition.
perspective, right?
Yes,
It means viewpoint, cái điểm nhìn, cách nhìn nhận. It
yes.
depends on the perspective.
To define what is ambition. For myself, I don't really follow the money or success. I just basically like the development. So I will focus on what I learn, how I develop, and every year, not really measure my success based on my position or my or other assessment. So I don't think I'm kind of ambitious person.
You're not like a very well understood person, right? A well understood person. Một cái người không được hiểu tốt lắm. Tức là người khác không có hiểu mình lắm á. So it means the other people do not understand you that much. Is that what you're trying to say?
No, I mean that's ambitious person nowadays people
Ambitious. Cái từ đọc là ambitious. Ambitious.
ambitious
Ambitious.
person. Nowadays, people tend to define someone ambitious person if they follow with the position or success.
And they follow the success or the position. I say you can be ambitious. If you study well, you study really good, you want to improve yourself, you know, there are different ways to see what ambition is, to like define what ambition is, you know. Có nhiều cách để mà nó định nghĩa cái ambition là gì, ambitious là gì nha. So I understand what you mean. Right, I see. Okay. So what is your dream job then, Miss Sarah?
My dream job, I kind of realize that I'm good at advise people and support
I'm
them.
good at advising people.
Advising people and support them to overcome the difficult situation in finance. So my dream job also my dream job is kind of financial advisor.
Oh, financial advisor. Well, I think a lot of people, they would like to be an advisor after some time, I think.
Yeah.
Trong một khoảng thời gian khi họ lớn rồi, họ lớn tuổi rồi, họ sẽ trở thành là advisor. I think a lot of people is like that. I see. Now, that is part one. I would like all of you to go to part two and part three now. Now, so, sorry, I'm trying to get better, you know. To be honest, the last week, there's been a lot of work and my health is not the best. So let's try 14. Describe a piece of local news that you were interested in. Miêu tả một mẫu tin tức ở địa phương mà các bạn hứng thú vào nó. Bạn thích nó, bạn hứng thú với nó. You should say what it was about, where you saw or heard it, who was involved, and explain why you were interested in it. Please focus on these things. Ai đã tham gia vào cái tin đó này? Why you were interested in it? Okay. And then part 3 of news. Nói về tin tức. So remember, news is it's basically uncountable, okay? Nhớ là cái chữ news này là một cái phạm trù, tin tức là phạm trù mà không đếm được nha. So where do people get the news in your country? Like, is it through the internet? Is it through social media? Is it through radio, through newspapers, through words of mouth? Words of mouth, so truyền miệng. từ người này qua người khác. So word of mouth. Here, word of mouth is an adjective or given or done by people talking about something or telling people about something. Có người đã truyền từ người này người khác. Tức là người này giới thiệu người khác. Word of mouth recommendation, for example, những sự đề xuất mà từ người này người ta truyền miệng qua người khác. Word of mouth publicity, cái sự mà được nhiều người trong quần chúng biết tới do là người ta truyền miệng ta nói về mình. Okay, so word of mouth is an idiom also by someone telling you. Nó là một cái thành ngữ, nó có nghĩa là người nào đó nói cho mình biết điều này, nó chính là truyền miệng qua từ người này người khác. So where do people get the news in your country? News can be heard, can be seen, can be told by so many different ways, you know. Maybe they get the news through social media mostly, I think. Newspapers, radio, loa phường nữa nha. Like through, what's it called? Loudspeaker. Những loa phát ở ngoài đường. Loudspeaker, nó chính là cái loa phường á. Basically, when the government want to tell people something, they will speak through the loudspeakers. It is still something effective enough, you know. Nó vẫn là cái gì đó mà khá là hiệu quả nha. Loudspeaker sometimes. So that's why people still use it. Now, so what kind of news do people like to read? Like, is it news about sports? It's a news about education, news about new policy, for example. Những chính sách mới, new policies, education, healthcare, sports, what's it called? Gossips about celebrities. Những cái mà gọi là nói nhảm, nói xấu đời tư về chuyện người nổi tiếng, hay gossips about celebrities. And there's something called gossip column, you know. Gossip column are basically these articles online or on newspapers talking about the private lives of famous people. Những cái trang tin tức mà nói nhảm, nói về chuyện đời tư người khác đó, nó có chính là gossip columns. Well, these days I find people read these things a lot. They do, especially when they have too much free time, I think. Okay, and also talk about like economic news. Tin kinh tế, news about defense or public, what's it called? International relation, quan hệ quốc tế. Like for example, you know the French president, was it Macron, right? He's still in Vietnam, right? He just came to Vietnam a few days ago, I think, with his wife. And also the prime minister, no, actually the president of Hungary is still in Vietnam right now. Tổng thống Pháp và tổng thống Hungary vẫn đang đến thăm Việt Nam right now. So those are international relation news. I mean, it's important somehow. Think about it. Now, how can companies tell the public its news? Những công ty nói cho quần chúng biết được những thông tin tin tức bằng cách nào? So maybe through phone apps, maybe, or maybe through posters, or maybe through advertisements. Phone apps messages, poster, advertisement on everywhere, you know, they can tell the public its news. Or they can even, how can I say, let their employees spread the news. You know, they can even let their employees spread the news through many channels, thông qua nhiều kênh. Họ có thể là cho nhân viên của họ có làm lan rộng tin tức đó ra. You know, you can give examples. You know, you should make it like that. Give examples. Now, what do you think of the news on social media? Like, is it credible? Có đáng tin cậy không? Is it credible? Or is it trustworthy? Is it trustworthy or not? Or maybe it's just there's a lot of fake news around, you know? Or think about the news on social media, a lot of them are AI generated, you know? Bị tạo ra bởi trí thông minh nhân tạo. And of course, they are fake news. A lot of fake news on social media these days. Think about that. And then, what else? What do you think about public shaming or fake news? Bạn nghĩ gì về chuyện làm nhục người khác trên mạng hoặc là tin giả? Well, think about public shaming as a kind of cyberbullying. Nó là một dạng bắt nạt trên mạng. Public shaming, well, a lot of people, especially famous people, can be shamed online, you know, có thể là bị làm nhục trên mạng, shamed online, just because of what they said, or maybe just because of something they did that the public don't like, you know, that the public doesn't like. And what do you think about that? And of course, fake news are everywhere. What do you think about that? Especially like, what do the parents, your parents, what do the older people and the younger people think about those news? Giờ tin giả một đống luôn á. Và rất tiếc là những người lớn tuổi họ có tin họ tin sái cổ luôn á. Like a lot of old people, they just believe in a lot of fake news that is generated by AI, you know. And also some people, they might, how can I say, create fake stories online in order to scam people, you know. Những cái người mà đôi khi họ cố tình tạo dựng những câu chuyện giả tạo trên mạng để mà lừa người khác. They fake story online in order to scam people. A lot of them, you know. Or they can be politically motivated stories. Những câu chuyện mà liên quan đến chính trị mà được tạo dựng lên, tức là mấy câu chuyện đó là câu chuyện giả tạo. Of course, these are fake stories that are politically motivated. So basically, they talk good about a country and bad about the others. For example, câu chuyện giả tạo ví dụ như là dìm hàng một đất nước nào đó khác, xong rồi cái nói tốt về đất nước khác chẳng hạn. A lot of stories like that, especially between China and America, you know, những câu chuyện mà liên quan đến Trung Quốc với lại thằng Mỹ chẳng hạn. You know, these days a lot of stories like that circulate online. To circulate online, cứ đi vòng vòng giống như circle đó, giống như là cái vòng tròn đi vòng vòng trên mạng, xoay vòng trên mạng. Mấy câu chuyện nó cứ nhan nhản, nó xoay vòng trên mạng hoài. They just circulate online just like newspapers, you know. Anyway, so what do you think about those? Is it harmful? They are made to sway public opinion, you know. Nó để mà chèo lái nhận định quần chúng. These are to sway public opinion, and nó gọi là chèo lái dư luận á. to sway public opinions. And of course, it can be good, can be bad, it depends. All right, you have some time to think about number 14 nào. Các bạn nhớ bật cái này trên máy riêng nha. Tại vì cái chỗ này nhiều khi không nhìn thấy được cái phần bên đây á. Take it phone. Okay, let's thinking time. Okay, Ms. Trúc, you first, please. Ms. Trúc, can you describe a piece of local news that you were interested in?
Okay.
Yes.
I want to
I would like
mention.
to. I would like to.
I would like to mention a piece of local news that I were interested in
Nhưng đầu nha,
recent
interested
interested in recently. It's about it's about the informations that are related to some famous people who save fake products, and they were
who try to promote fake products, right? They try to promote counter. Mình không dùng từ fake, mình dùng từ counterfeit. Okay, this is another word you need to know. Counterfeit, sorry.
Counterfeit.
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 It's counterfeit products, hàng giả. Nó gọi là promote counterfeit products. Nó gọi là cái từ promote này là gì ta? I forgot what's the Vietnamese meaning of promote. Xúc tiến, no, it's tân bốc ca ngợi hàng giả. They promote and counterfeit products, and to sell it to a lot of people. Yes, please continue that.
Yes, some of them not only promotes these products as in as public figures who promotes that products from cosmetics, supplements,
cosmetics, and
supplements.
Mỹ phẩm,
Yes.
thực phẩm chức năng.
Yes, they are very famous and have and well
Those are
known.
very famous people, right? And
Yes. They have and has been and have voiced their opinions on the issues calling for awareness and responsibilities in public.
Okay. All right.
And that's why many people trust them and by whatever they promote. So the result is when public customers
when the police found out, yeah.
When the customers realize that they are buying counterfeit products, which can harm their health. Even that they promote milk powders, which is used for children and elderly.
And the elderly.
And the elderly who have many problems, health problems, and need a carefully.
Need some kind of medicine to treat their diseases. Họ cần thuốc để mà chữa những bệnh của họ. They need good medicine to treat them, but they still trust in these supplements, right? Did they die?
Yes.
I think I heard story that people die because of those things, eh?
Yes, I think that the main reasons for these issues is that many people are strict by low price without thinking about the long-term harm to their health. Counterfeit products don't just damage their bodies, they also damage public trust.
Of course, they damage public trust a lot.
Yes, in my opinion, I am interested in these articles because I want to find out what information what is right or wrong, and what products that I need to careful use. Think things carefully before I buy something, especially when they are promoted by famous people.
Okay. Yeah, okay. So Miss Sarah, please. Can you describe a piece of local news that you were interested in? Ráng cố gắng mình cô đọng lại trong 2 phút nha. Remember, 2 minutes. Focus on what you should say, okay? Now.
Yes. Recently, we were advised that the government will decide to combine the different type of personal document into one ID, and I felt that news is really interesting, and it bring benefits for everyone, for every citizen.
Every citizen, yeah.
Yes, the e-government e-government transition is a developing step of my country. So now people don't need to spend their working hours to wait in local office when they want to handle some document like before. Yes, and now you can access your personal information online, and you can update and change your address or phone number easily. And if you want to change to new area in Vietnam, you also don't need to start the you don't need to come the local office to start to complete every type of document like before. So
you can do it online, right?
Yes. So I think it's really convenient and save time and money of
It
people.
saves the time and money of the people. Yes.
Yep. And so I think that's really valuable.
Valuable.
Valuable. Valuable.
Nhớ âm đầu nha. It's very valuable.
Valuable. Valuable news. And yeah, it makes everything better.
Okay, very good. Now, so Miss Dung, please, can you describe a piece of local news you were interested in? Cẩn thận với cái động từ các bạn. Phát âm và động từ dùng đúng thì chưa? Yes, something like that. I think you all speak okay. I mean, it's not too bad, but please speak slower. Các bạn cần phải nói chậm lại chút xíu nha, chứ đừng có nói nhanh. Speak slower, you will realize your mistakes and you can correct them, okay? Nói chậm lại mới có thể nhận được lỗi sai của bản thân và mình phải sửa được nha. The whole point here is you speak fast, it does not give you a better grade. Remember that. Mình nói lẹ hơn mà nó không cho mình điểm tốt hơn đâu, nói thiệt luôn á. Mà nó chỉ gây cho mình là phạm lỗi nhiều hơn và khó sửa hơn thôi. It will only makes you, if you speak too fast, it makes you make more mistakes. It's hard to correct them, you know? All right, Miss Dung, your turn, please.
Yeah. I would like to describe a piece of local news I read recently. It is about the news of people in my community do the volunteers to collect the rubbish on around the mountain and the beach.
The beach, you mean?
The beach, yeah, the beach. They they are the group of around 20 people. They work on the whole weekend to go around the mountain and the beach to
Beach, you
get the
mean?
beach.
Cẩn
Yeah,
thận
the
cái từ đó
beach.
nó kéo dài nha, y kéo dài.
Yeah,
Around the
yeah,
beach.
yeah. The
No?
beach.
Yes.
From the young generation to the very old people, they work together with no profit to collect all the rubbish from the top of the mountain to the bottom and the the edge on the and the s- the s- the seaside
Uh-huh.
at the I think this is one of the very good thing that people do for the community, especially they do with no profit. They didn't get any money from them. And
Okay.
this is a very good influence for all the people in around the world. It
Around
helped
the world, right? But
around
this
the
is only
world.
local news. Chú ý đây
Uh,
là local news nha.
yeah,
Tin địa
yeah.
phương
So
nha.
yeah, it this is what they have to influence the people in my community, have them aware that
Help
how
them to be aware, tại vì aware là một tính từ.
have
Help them
them
to be aware of
have them to be aware of the status of where they are living, and
the
it's also
state,
good
nó gọi là cái trạng thái,
age.
the
Yeah.
state of
That's
where they are living in.
they where the it helps them to be aware of the stage of where they are living in, and
Yes.
also it helps the parent to educate the kids to how to
Educate the
protect.
children, you mean? Nói chung là IELTS tránh
Sorry.
dùng từ kids, tránh dùng từ dad, mom với lại thing, mấy cái từ mà nó nghe nó chung chung quá hoặc là không trịnh trọng á. Không dùng kids, phải dùng children.
Yeah, right. Sorry.
Phải dùng father, mother, không dùng dad với mom, không dùng kid, you know.
Yeah.
You know, in IELTS you have to follow their rules. I'm sorry, but you have to. Mình đang chơi sân nhà của nó mà phải theo luật của nó thôi à. Okay, so what did you say about how parents educating their children?
They have it helps parents to educate their children to protect their living environment. And yeah, that's it for me. Yeah, that's it for me. I don't have anything to say more.
Right. Okay, very good. Now, so, Ms. Trúc, where do people get the news in your country?
In our country, I think that there are several resources which provide informations
You
for
mean there are several sources, right? Có nhiều cái
sources,
nguồn, you mean there are several sources, right?
several sources for providing informations to people that such as traditional media, such as television, especially national and local channels. For these channels that provides various kinds of news that update information for people in a traditional ways and
in a traditional way.
And I think they are quite uh real realized.
Sorry, they're quite what?
They're quite trustful.
You mean trustworthy?
Trustworthy. Yes.
Or you can use the word credible. You know, the word credibility là chữ tín đó.
Credible.
Credibility, so credible is an adjective of that. Able to be believed or trusted, có thể đáng tin được, có thể tin được. It means, for example, credible evidence, bằng chứng có thể tin được. It means believable. Cái chữ credibility chính là chữ tín trong một cái doanh nghiệp đó. Alright, so you're talking about something credible, right? Like
yes.
Credible news, right? Trustworthy news, yeah.
I think these channels some usually provide information with credible details. Besides that, all online media, especially social platforms such as Facebook, Instagrams, or something like that, also provides many informations in digital platforms. Yes, I think that's and these forms are nowadays are preferred by many people than the past because most of the people can surf the websites and social media to read some news that they recommend. That they recommend. So they don't have to buy physical articles or magazines. Sometimes they can feel it's more confident and save time to go out to buy a newspaper, for example.
Okay. All right, good. So, so Miss Sarah, please. So what kind of news do people like to read in general? You know, những con người nói chung nha. Like people in general, what kind of news do they like to read? What do you think? And why is that? Can you provide a reason?
I think that's generally people like to read the news related to their preference.
Preference.
Preference. Yes. It is the young people, they may prefer to read the news about celebrity and
Celebrities.
and the financial news. For example, but the older people, they may prefer the formal news like the government activity or the new policy that will affect to their
Affect tôi là rồi, là affect tôi rồi. Affect
real
cái gì
life.
đó, affect cái gì đó, không có từ.
Real
Will
life.
affect
Yes.
something.
Yeah, affects their real life. So I
Affect
believe
their real life. You mean nó ảnh hưởng đến cái gì? Ảnh hưởng đến cái sự làm ăn của họ chẳng hạn. Will affect their livelihood. Livelihood là cái sinh nhai, ảnh hưởng cái sinh nhai của họ. tức là cái sự làm ăn của họ á. Cái chuyện làm ăn của họ nó chính là cái sinh nhai livelihood của họ. Will affect their livelihoods, their children, their life, their lives in general, cuộc đời của họ nói chung, something like that. Okay, what else then?
Because nowadays people can get the news from different channel. So for example, the traditional way is just based on television or newspaper. But now people can read online from their phone, and so it's quite convenient for them to update information anywhere and anytime. So they can check what they want to read, and yeah, it basically many choice for people to
So many
choose what
choices
they
for
want.
people, yeah.
Yeah, what they want to read.
All right, good, very good. Now, Ms. Dung, please. So, how can companies tell the public its news then? For sure, you guys are all working for companies. You know how to answer this question, I think.
Okay.
I
Yeah.
don't, because I don't work for companies anymore. It's been like it means like 10 years, you know.
Yeah. But I have never read the news from my company. I just work for the company.
Well, you know, they tell their employees, you know, you're supposed to know. Đúng
Okay.
là mình phải biết chứ, you supposed to know, you know.
Okay.
So, how can companies tell the public, okay, not the employees. Nói cho quần chúng nha, chứ không phải nói cho nhân viên nha.
Yeah. Yeah.
How can
Okay.
companies tell the public its news? What do you think, Ms. Young?
Yeah. All the company want to publish the news to their target audience with many purpose. For example, the company have to if they want to recruit more employee, they will
And to recruit more employees, right?
recruit. If the company wants to recruit
more workers or more employees.
more employees,
Yes.
Recruit.
Recruit.
Đúng rồi, recruit.
Yeah,
Tuyển thêm nhân viên. To recruit more employees. I think more workers, it sounds better, you know.
Yeah,
To
because
recruit more workers, what would they do?
If the company wants to recruit more workers, they will publish the recruiting news to the channel that their target.
Like for example, I think the HR people in our charter, like human resources people, they know each other, I think, and they can actively help each other to find new workers, I think. Những người mình làm nhân sự họ biết nhau hết đó nha. So they can actually help each other to find workers, hoặc là check xem cái nhân viên đó có vấn đề gì không, or to check if the workers, if there any problem with the workers. For example, to check for example, criminal records. Criminal records. Nó gọi là tiền án tiền sự. To check for criminal records of the workers or something like that. Xem họ có tiền án tiền sự gì không. If there are any criminal records, anything bad. Like for example, they were arrested. Bị bắt giữ hoặc bị giam giữ because of some reason, for example. You know? Okay, that's one thing. What else would you mention?
Yeah, and if this is one of the recruiting is one of the target the company want, but another purpose would be to separate their reputation.
Sorry?
So most
Làm gì ta?
Spread their reputation.
You mean spread their news, so spread the good words, you know.
Yeah.
Rồi lan rộng những cái lời lẽ hay, lời lẽ đẹp gì đó. Spread the good words là lan rộng những lời lẽ hay ho. Spread the good
Yeah.
words.
Yeah.
Or
To
spread the
spread the
news, spread the good words, spread the it's called promoting the company image.
Yes.
Image. Promoting the company image. Củng cố cái hình ảnh công ty. Promoting the company image in a public eye. Trong con mắt quần chúng. In a public eye. Okay. So, yes, what else can you mention?
They then they want to promote their image in the public eyes. They usually do some volunteer activity and took other pictures and post the news to the social media, or even they book for one of the TV news to tell the community. Yeah.
Okay, to tell the community. Let's see. So, back to Miss Trúc, please. So, how can companies tell the public its news then? Because Miss Jung only mentioned the fact about how to find workers in the public, of course, how to recruit new workers. Let's imagine if the company, let's say, has a new promotional campaign. Campaign. A new emotional campaign. Một cái gọi là promotional campaign, một chiến dịch quảng bá mới chẳng hạn. Like, for example, if they have a new product, how would they tell the public it's news? What do you think, Miss Trúc?
In my opinions, when companies want to tell the public about their news, especially in promotional campaigns, they use a variety of strategies to reach and engage their audience effectively. First thing I would like to say that they can organize a press to realize their products. They can invite celebrities that have huge influences in the public.
That's a good idea. Celebrity is actually good.
Yes, and they can consider as their endorsers who promotes their products to make the public know about their new products or service. And I think it's a wise strategy.
A very wise strategy. Và có nhiều công ty nhà mấy người như Hoài Linh chẳng hạn. There are companies that ask people, like famous people, to endorse their products.
They
endorse, you know the word endorse. To endorse their products. Nó gọi là tân bốc sản phẩm của họ lên.
Endorse.
To endorse their products. It means to make public statement of your approval or support for something or someone. Tức là những người nổi tiếng họ sẽ ra mặt luôn, nói là tôi ủng hộ sản phẩm này. You know, to endorse their products. Okay, you can ask celebrities to endorse their products. Yêu cầu, nó có thể là yêu cầu những người nổi tiếng để tâng bốc, hoặc là endorse ở đây là ra mặt ủng hộ những sản phẩm của họ. You know, of course, these things happens a lot in the West. You know, cái điều này diễn ra rất nhiều ở phương Tây luôn á. Not just in Vietnam, but in the West a lot. You probably heard about story of Sensodyne, right? You know what Sensodyne is?
Yes.
It's this one. It's actually endorsed by a lot of doctors and dentists, you know.
Yes.
But of course, those people are paid for endorsement. These experts that can be paid for endorsements. Đó là những cái người chuyên gia mà họ có được trả tiền để mà họ tân bốc cái sản phẩm đó lên. Well, so of course, you cannot believe in a lot of things online these days, you know. All right, so talking about its news and things like that, Miss Sarah, what do you think of the news on social media in general? Nhìn chung em nghĩ gì về tin tức trên mạng xã hội? What do you think about that?
Yeah. Generally, I think that there are various news on social media, and because of technology development, people can also smartphone and can register and access any public social platform as a one, and those public information by themselves without approval or checking. Yes, people maybe emotional. Sorry, what I forgot. People
It's okay, it's okay.
think, yeah, people maybe think in a ton of information, and it's difficult to find the valuable
To
news.
find valuable news, you mean to find trustworthy news, to find genuine news, right?
Trustworthy news, and
It's called genuine. Genuine. Nó có nghĩa là đồ thật đó. Tức là những cái tin mà nó thật đó.
yeah.
Can
So I
Yes.
think that the government should have some regulation to manage
To manage these endorsements.
yes, to manage the social media social media activity, like
Oh my God,
people
my
need
internet's
to
really bad.
take responsibility for their words.
For their
say,
words, responsibility for their actions.
yeah.
It's genuine. Sorry, it's genuine. It's the second time I make a mistake. Genuine. Genuine. You see, the internet is really slow these days. I don't know why. It's genuine. You can notice genuine. It means real. Hàng thật. Something is genuine, it's real, exactly what it appears to be. Hàng thật, không có quảng cáo láo. So I think government should find ways to curb or to limit maybe endorsement. Họ tìm cách giới hạn lại những cái sự tân bốc của người nổi tiếng này với những sản phẩm, or maybe to how can I say, to combat false advertisement or false advertising, để mà đấu tranh chống việc quảng cáo sai sự thật. I think it's a very important thing that the government do. Okay, so Miss Sarah, what do you think about public shaming or fake news these days? It's very similar. However, there's a public shaming as well. What do you think about it?
Yes, I see that now when people can really share their personal information and activity online is also trigger the public shaming and or fake news. Basically, normally, the personal information will be keep
Will be
will
kept. Will be kept.
will be kept by themselves, but now because of some some reason it's go public and people can just use easily. They maybe don't really know the whole picture, but keep giving the comment and judgment on your activity.
Comment and judgment on it.
There are a lot of people were abused by the worst, the audience worst, and they just may affect their mental health for a long time and bring some trouble in real life because it's not just the online life. We online sometimes, but we still need to work and communicate with people in real life. So our some personal news that have been welcome online may affect the real life. So yeah, that's why I think people should carefully when they want to share their personal life publicly.
Share their personal life publicly. The information can be used against them. Cái thông tin họ share trên mạng có thể được dùng để chống lại họ. The information they share publicly could be used against them, and most of the times like that. Like, for example, if people know that you go on vacation, a lot, people will talk bad about you and they say that, oh, this person is living the life of someone who doesn't work, they are always just enjoying life, they don't know how to work, and talk bad about you. Có thể là đăng hình nhiều trên mạng một phát, người ta sẽ có cái ấn tượng là cái bạn này chẳng bao giờ đi chơi, bạn này chẳng bao giờ đi làm cả, suốt ngày đi chơi bời không, giống kiểu vậy. People, there's a lot of ways that people can publicly shame you. Có nhiều cách để mà họ có thể, động từ to shame á, adverb là publicly, they can publicly shame you, there's a lot of ways. Or they can judge you based on what you posted. They can judge you based on what you posted. Dựa vào những cái mình đăng lên là họ đánh giá dữ lắm luôn á. So, what do you think, Miss Trúc? What do you think about public shaming of fake news these days?
Opinions. Social media can be a place that public shaming or fake news, stress, fast, and accessible, which make people can be provide this informations in untrustworthy ways. Because these informations on public is are not always right. Sometimes it's just to shame others.
To shame others, yes.
Yes, and the public, especially young generations, have limit a limited knowledge or awareness on how to difference between uh, between fake and trustworthy news.
I think it's the old people who have this problem, not the young. Chính người lớn tuổi họ mới gặp vấn đề với chuyện phân định với tin giả tin thật á, thiệt luôn á. Chứ người trẻ họ biết quá rồi. I think a lot of young people then we know, but most of the old people I know, but basically they find it very hard to see which one is real, which one is fake online. Right. So what do you think, Miss Dung? What do you think about public shaming or fake news?
Okay. Nowadays, a lot of news were public on the social media from many people, and a part of them are the correct news, but the others are not as the fake news or just the news to shame other peoples. And I think that the shaming or the fake news are very harmful for other people. For example, with in the COVID-19 time, there was a lot of fake news posted by the people just for their personal benefit. They want to sell something, and a lot of people believe and buy those
And then bought those
bought
those
low quality products, those low quality products, and cause prevent the the society from protecting from the COVID-19. And about the shaming news, this is also very bad thing in society right now, because there are the people that they take advantage from getting getting the personal information from other people and tell some wrong stories from just a piece of news. And they it lead the society to the wrong way.
You mean it kind of sway public opinions? Nó
Yes,
là chèo lái cái dư luận. They sway public opinions.
They sway
Remember that I told you here?
Yeah.
Sway public opinions.
They sway public opinions. They sway.
It means move slowly from side to side. Di chuyển từ từ nhẹ nhẹ từ bên hông qua bên hông. Sway giống như kiểu mà to cause something to move or change. Gây cái gì đó nó di chuyển và thay đổi. Nó gọi là chèo lái cho nó di chuyển thay đổi. They sway public opinions, and of course it's a tool of manipulation. It's a tool of manipulation. Một công cụ của việc thao túng tâm lý.
Yes.
It's a tool of manipulation. All right.
They use it as a tool of manipulation, and I think it's not only the responsibility for the government, but also for the personality, for the individuals. The government should have the many policy to prevent those organizations or those people from publishing those
and spreading those fake news, right?
Yeah, those harmful news. As the individuals, we should be wise to select the news that correct. For example, we should just read the news from the channel which had the bad on the Facebook, for example.
On
And
Facebook không có đờ nha. On
Facebook. Yeah, in the and I mean in the church channels from the social media instead of
trusted channels.
Trusted channels
On social media. Yep.
Social media. Yeah.
Right. Okay, you are now in a trusted channel. Okay. Wow, if you watch my video, I never fake anything. I even public all my lessons out, you know. I don't hide many things. I don't have many things to hide, okay? Anyway, let's move on to another topic now. Okay, let's try 40. Describe a time when you felt very bored. Miêu tả một thời điểm bạn cảm thấy rất là chán. Be careful with bored and boring, okay? Tính từ chủ động bị động. Bored hay là boring. Boring thể hiện cái tính chất của sự việc nó rất là nhàm chán. Còn bored đó là cái cảm xúc của mình là cảm thấy nhàm chán. Something boring will make you feel very bored. Just like something very interesting can make you feel very interested. Đó, cái dụ tính từ chủ động bị động á, mình phải rõ cái chuyện này nha. Okay. Describe a time when you felt very bored. You should say what it was, who you were with, what you were doing, and explain why you felt very bored. You felt bored. And then part 3 of feeling bored. When do people feel bored and why? Khi nào con người ta cảm thấy chán và tại sao? So it's a very broad question. Nó là một cái câu nó rất là broad, nó rất là rộng luôn á. When do people feel bored and why? Khi nào con người ta cảm thấy chán và tại sao? So think about the fact that sometimes people feel bored, but they still have a lot of things to do, you know. Nhiều khi công việc một đống nhưng vẫn cảm thấy chán nha. Maybe because there's a lot of repetition. There's a lot of repetition in their work. Có thể có rất là nhiều cái sự mà lặp đi lặp lại trong công việc của họ. There's a lot of repetition in their work that can make them feel really, really bored too. Like every day you have to do the same exact thing, you know, at the exact time. It's very bored. It's very boring. And it makes you feel bored. And so you can, based on that, you can write examples, like say some examples, give us some examples like why people feel bored. And what do people usually do when they have got nothing to do? Con người ta thường làm gì khi họ chẳng có gì để làm? Well, they may just maybe surf the internet. Maybe they just basically play video games, maybe. I do that all the time when I have got nothing to do. Maybe they can decide to study new things, you know. Or có một số người ta hóng chuyện, you know. They just basically seek the gossip column on newspapers or online stories. Họ tìm kiếm cái cột mà tám nhảm mấy cái bài đăng mà nói xấu đời tư trên mặt báo hoặc là trên những câu chuyện online. They do that all the time, you know. When they have got nothing to do, you can think about that. Some people they study new things, which is super excellent. Sometimes people, when they got nothing to do, they just clean their homes, you know. Đôi khi tôi thấy chán quá, tôi dọn nhà vệ sinh chẳng hạn. They clean their home, they clean their toilet, something like that. Okay. But why? You have to understand like what causes those action. Điều gì nó gây ra những cái hành động như vậy? It depends on their personality, I think, and how motivated they are. I think họ được tạo động lực thế nào, and their routine or something like that. Okay, do children get bored more in the past, more than in the past? Why not? Trẻ nhỏ có bị chán nhiều hơn trong quá khứ không? Tại sao không? Think about right now what children have compared to the past, you know. And when people back then, like 20 years ago or 10 years ago, what do people do when they get so bored, you know? And think about the fact that do children have a chance to meet their friends and to hang out with their friends more than in the past, or do they have to study a lot? Do they get bored a lot, you know? And do you think boredom can bring some benefits? Các bạn có nghĩ rằng sự nhàm chán cũng có đem được một số cái lợi ích không? Well, just one piece of information I got. Boredom actually boredom can force the brain to think creatively, you know. So basically, it can spark giấy nên. It can spark ideas, nó phải giấy lên những ý tưởng. They can spark ideas, like creative ideas, for example. And you know, a lot of invention can be born out of boredom, you know, because the brain try to break that patterns. The brain try to break that pattern. Tại vì cái não nó sẽ tìm cách nó phá hủy nó phá cái phương cách mà nó cứ boring, chán hoài, you know. The brain try to break a pattern, and of course it create new things. Cho nên rất nhiều cái phát minh có thể được tạo thành từ cái lúc mà rất là nhàm chán này. However, I remember boredom can actually kill you. Can boredom kill you? I read about that one. You cannot directly die of boredom, but it can increase your health risk. You know, nó có thể gia tăng cái nguy cơ sức khỏe. Nó mình cứ liên tục chán hoài luôn á. Okay, it can cause risky behaviors or mental health issues. Nó gây ra những cái hành vi mà gọi là hiểm nguy, hành vi mà mạo hiểm, hoặc là nhiều vấn đề sức khỏe tinh thần if you are bored for a long time, you know. Dissatisfaction, restlessness, cái sự mà không đứng ngồi không yên được, cái sự bất mãn. And you always feel like you do behave, you can behave in a risky way, you know. Hành xử một cách rất là không suy nghĩ và có nhiều nguy cơ như này. Of course, these things happens. All right, you have some time to think. Okay, Miss Sarah, you first please describe a time when you felt very bored.
Yes, I think the time I felt very boring.
No, careful, boring or bored. Cẩn thận. The time I felt very
I felt
bored.
very bored. Yes, very bored. Just like many people on over the world, that's the COVID-19 period when everyone was locked down at home, and so we need to certify our habits and routine. Like I couldn't go out to do exercise or go shopping frequently like before, and it also it's also affected our work very much. Some work couldn't handle at home, and
Some work I couldn't handle at home.
yes, some work I couldn't handle at home, and so it was stuck. And we had to give up on the process. We just can handle a part of uh, a
You can
part
only
of
handle
my
a part of
duty,
it, right? A part of it.
my duty, yes, a part of my duty, and it made me feel upset, lost, and but without working out, I basically couldn't communicate with anyone because I live alone in the city and far from my family. So as the first period, I spent a lot of time to call, to talk with my family, talk with to swap with my family and my friend via phone. But after a few weeks, we actually didn't have anything to update each other. So I tried to find some activity to
Okay.
relax myself, but it really difficult
It's very
when
difficult, yeah.
so it's really a a boring period, and I even now when I look back and I still feel it's it's quite difficult to overcome uh that that kind of situation.
That kind of
Uh,
situation. Okay, very good. Now, Ms. Ru, please, can you describe a time when you felt very bored?
I would like to talk about a time when I felt very bored and unmotivated to continue.
Continue.
To continue. It was when I participated in an online course about trial workplace skills. It was a long course with a lot of content, but most of the time but most of the time was spent just listening to letters. However, the contents and the way it was provided didn't truly interest me since it were an online courses and is compulsory company course. I had no choice but to participate, even though I had many other tasks to do. On top of that, if I didn't play the video, the system wouldn't mark the lessons as complete. So I couldn't even switch to other tasks. I need to focus on the computer screen and learn until my course finished. And I spent 60 hours completing it in a rather bored and reluctant way.
In a rather bored and reluctant way, I see. Okay, now Miss Young, please, your time. Please describe a time you felt very bored.
Yeah. Và recently I order one of the shoes that I really love.
Shoe, you mean you only order one shoe? There are two shoes, you know?
Yeah.
So it's a pair of shoes. Một đôi giày. It's a pair of shoes. You order a pair of shoes, remember?
Pair of shoes. Yeah. Recently, I ordered a pair of shoes from an international commercial channel. This is the shoes. This is from the very famous brand, and for it support support my sports very much, and I was very eager to wait for that delivery. But unfortunately, at least it takes 1 month to deliver to my home.
Oh, that's terrible. It must be international, right?
Usually, at least it takes 1 month to deliver to my home, but in my case, it delayed more, and and I realized that I cannot do anything to speed up this delivery, and this is one of the things that I feel very bored. Uh, what I can do is I just check out the order status on their website frequently, maybe sometime every 1 hour and sometime every
Every
1 minute.
hour. Oh wow, that's a lot, you know.
At first,
You must really want this pair of shoes. Yeah.
at first, but after several days, I realized that if I kept doing this, it just made me getting worse.
More and more bored, right?
more, and I try to improve this situation, and what I did is I try to focus on the other thing that
I try to
focus
focus on
my the other things like the cooking and the learning or the working, and I realized that it helped me improve a lot, and turn out turns out that when we focus on doing the things that the time flies faster,
of
and
course and play faster.
and the shoes was delivered to my home when when I already forgot them.
When I already forgot about the shoes, right?
Yeah.
I say, right. So back to Miss Sarah. So what do people usually do when they have got nothing to do? What do you think? Okay, let's just say when they got nothing to do, they have no commitment, they have no books to read, they have no games to play, they have no work to do, something like that. What do people do when they have got nothing to do?
Yeah, I think when people got nothing to do, it's basically they don't have any kind of specific duty or
Specific duty, right?
responsibility just needs them to complete, so they have free time for themselves, but don't really interested in doing something specific. So they maybe so it depends on people lifestyle and
Style.
lifestyle and their preference. They some may just uh, go sleeping, or other prefer to spend time like chatting with friends or watching movie or yeah someone or many people just what just scroll down scroll the
Scroll
social
down. They just scroll down.
uh the
S-A-R-R nhé.
social
S-A-R-R. Scroll down.
phones and the social uh channel to watch the video or news from internet from social channel. Yeah.
Okay. Very good. Now, so Mr. Please, so when do people feel bored and why? This is a very small question with not so many details, but actually it's quite vague. Câu này nó khá là chung chung nha. When do people feel bored and why? What do you think?
I
Khi
think
nào con người
that
ta cảm thấy nhàm chán?
I think that's when are asked about these questions, they usually answers that when they have nothing to do, they are usually feel bored. But for me, besides of these questions, of these answers, I think that another important reason for this field is that when people have to do some things repetitive,
Repetitive.
repetitive, yes. For example, in a workplace, especially office workers,
Mhm.
they have to do their tasks from day to day with the same with the same contents. For example, doing the same thing over and over without any change or challenges can make people feel bored and disengaged. It's, for me, doing routine work that feels monotonous or
Monotonous, you mean?
monotonous and cause boredom. Besides that, if people do something without interest, it means
Yes.
they are not interested in what they are doing, like sitting through a long lectures as about or meeting on a topic they don't care about. It can raise a sense of boredom.
I agree with that. It can create a sense of boredom. I see. So, Miss Young, please. So, do you think boredom can bring some benefits?
May I choose another questions?
No, you can't. Let's imagine you're in an exam right now and you have a question like this. You have to find a way to answer them anyway, you know?
Yeah. Do you think
I told you some benefits already.
Okay. Yeah, I remember.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I think, yes, I think boredom can bring some benefits. But besides that,
Benefits. Careful. Benefits.
benefits.
Good.
Benefits. I think boredom can bring some benefits. Besides, boredom can sometimes very dangerous.
Mm.
I grew up from the countryside where
I grew up from a countryside.
I grew up from the countryside where I had nothing to play, and boredom comes very often to my childhood.
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 My childhood. My childhood. Nhớ chữ trước trẻ con child, you know? Childhood.
Yeah, it comes very often in my childhood when I got nothing to do. And and I realized that this is one of the benefits for me. It taught me the way to seek the joy from the nature.
From the nature, are you sure? To
From
seek
nature.
joy from nature. Cái chữ thiên nhiên không có mạo từ đời gì chứ nha.
Sorry.
Okay, thiên nhiên phải là cái thiên nhiên, chiếc thiên nhiên, you know. So to seek joy from nature. Let's try that again.
Yeah, it taught me the way to seek joy from nature. I could play with no choice and I just go around, go out and just play with some trees with my friends. I didn't need any choice. Yeah, I didn't need any like stuff, animals or the toys, and and when I grow up, I I have skills to try try for myself when I feel bored without being dependent
Dependent on, without being dependent on.
without being dependent on anything like the smartphone or the television. I mm, and I think this is one of the skills that other people can learn nowadays, where there are a lot of device that help them to find the choice. Yeah. But
Right, I
yeah,
see.
yeah.
So, but I still don't see the benefits in that, you know. Vẫn chưa thấy được rõ cái benefits nó là cái gì.
Benefit is when we get bored, when
Yes.
we get bored and we don't receive the super when we bored because we have nothing to do and we have don't have any device for us to do, it will push us to find a way to choice ourselves. It make us it prevent us from
It
being
prevents
dependent.
us from being, it prevents us from being what?
Being dependent on
Nó ngăn là chúng ta phải phụ thuộc vào cái gì?
phụ thuộc vào
It's
những yếu
very
tố bên
strange
ngoài.
logic. I feel like your logic is quite strange in here, I think.
Oh, really?
Quite strange. If you listen again, you understand that it's quite strange logic, I would say. So, Miss Sarah, what do you think? So, can boredom bring some benefits?
Yeah, I think so. I think boredom basic boredom is mean basically we can release our mind and body uh, from the normal duty, and when your brain has space and time for releasing, it may bring some unexpected benefits, because when your brain were relaxed, it can remember again some pair of information that you missed before, and the pair of information can help you to create something new. For example, for myself, when I just laying on the bed and doing nothing, I think again. I think about some the difficult situation I gave up in the past, and in some way my brain just generates some idea, and I realize that now maybe I can handle that situation, and
Yeah, of course you can handle that situation. Of course you
yes,
can.
and because you feel bothered, so when you be silent and think about the different type of thoughts, you may find some motivation to start a new plan. Yeah, and it's really helpful because
Helpful.
helpful, because you can find a way to avoid repeating the boring day in the future.
The boring day in the future, I see.
That's kind of benefits of boredom period.
I see. Okay, good. Now, Miss Trúc, and you end this one. Do you think children get bored more than in the past? Why not? Compare children in the past and children these days. What do you think?
In my opinion,
Yes.
I think that children get bored more in the past because some reasons that I think they in the past they are allowed to the world allowed to play freely outdoor, make up games or explore the surroundings areas with their friends or even themselves. It's allow is give them environments that help cultivate their imaginations, creativity, and something good for their mental health.
Yes, but I still don't understand, like, which one do you think, like, get bored more in the past or not?
Yes, and thanks to these activities, children that didn't have time to get bored because they have many things. They had many things to do, even
Like, they have a
just
lot of things to study, a lot of deadlines.
everything to do, even when they were alone. They have nature and they have surrounding areas to explore. That's what I mean. But now, more children have schedule lives, school, tutorings. This leaves them less time for creativity and creativity and save time.
Okay.
I know that nowadays they have a lot of work to do, but it's not mean they are not get bored because, as I said about, when people do some things repetitive, they get bored because they don't find anything to interest them, make
Don't
them
have anything that
feel
interests them, yeah?
interest them, yes, make they feel engaged and
Mm.
want to do more. So instead of instead of being allowed to engage in outdoor activities with their friends, their nowadays parents usually tend to for their children in home to do homework or some schedules time that they plan for their children. And I think nowadays children get bored because they don't allow to do what they want. They have a long list to do, and it's up to their parents.
I see. All right, it's up to the parents, I think. I see. Okay, I think we can end it here. It's already good enough for today's practice, I think. Now, okay,